Welcome to the Black Cat Intuitive channel and to my latest intuition building exercise called Truth or Discernment. For this remote viewing psychic development program, you will determine with your intuitive abilities who is trustworthy in the truther community and who is compromised. I will put the name of someone from the truther community in this jar. Then I will help you go into your intuitive awareness to ask various questions about this truther. The name of them, who they actually are, will be revealed at the end of the video. You may want to read the written description of this YouTube video for more information on this channel and on this exercise. Also, you may want to get a pen and paper if that is the manner in which you best remember information. So we are going to start an exercise in truth discernment, an exercise to enhance your own intuitive development, as well as determine the truth about someone else, a famous truther in the UFO disclosure conspiracy community. So focus on your breath, and as you breathe, focus on the picture of a dot. The dot should be small at first, and as you breathe in and out, in and out, in and out, the dot will get bigger and bigger, and bigger and bigger and bigger. And when you sense it is at the adequate size, you will walk through the dot. And when you do, when you are on the other side of the dot, you will sense something is different. The dot took away all of your preconceived notions about people, the world, and the nature of reality. So now, on the other side of the dot, you see a path. And it's a mist over top of it, but it is a comforting mist, and you walk towards it. Keep walking and walking and walking along the path until you reach a stone structure in the middle of a meadow. And sit down and look past some trees and stare at a piece of paper, the piece of paper in the jar, only you don't know the name on it, but you know it is regarding the person, the truth, about the truther whom you want to know the information about. So now, without knowing the actual name, you can see if you, your higher self, or your optimal spirit guide will give you some general information about this famous truther. Write it down now. Write down what information is important for you to know about this famous truther. It may not make sense at first, but just write down some sentences that your higher self wants you to know generally about this famous truther. So write that down now. Write what first comes to mind, and then we will move on to the next question. When you have finished writing down this information, I want you to look deeper than the information you have written down and look into the heart of the truther, the unknown truther. Ask yourself, what is truly in their heart? What is their actual intentions for the trajectory of the human race? Write it down. Write it down if the information comes in the form of words, or draw it if it comes in the form of images, or remember it if that works best for you. Do what best works for you. When you've done this, when you've answered this question, we will move on to the next question. Now I want you to ask yourself another question about this truther. What were their intentions when they first began? Write down the answer to this question now. When you are done with this question, you may also ask if they are now trustworthy. Just write down the first words that come to mind. They don't have to necessarily make sense at first. Just write down whatever comes to mind now. When you've written down the answer to this question, I want you to ask your higher self another question in regards to this truther. Did something happen along the way to change how they operate, what information they put out? Or maybe they are largely the same as when they began. So just answer, write down what first comes to mind in regards to this question. Now, for the last and final question, I want you to go higher above yourself, higher and higher, higher than your higher self, and go into the universe, source, or God. And I want you to ask the universe about this famous truther. Ask the universe what it has to say about this famous truther. Ask the universe or God if this truther is helpful to humanity. And then you may also want to ask, if so, in what way, or if they're negative, in what way, or if it's a combination of the two things. Just write down whatever comes to mind. It might be a little, it might be a lot. Just write down the words directly from your higher self, connected to what the higher self of the universe has to say about this truther. So write that down now. So when you are done writing down this question, if you want to determine more information about this truther, you can pause the video to do so, because in the next section we are going to determine which famous truther you are remote viewing. So the name of the truther is, well, let's go to the jar and I'll let you know who the name is. It is David Wilcock. David Wilcock. So let me know what you got in the comments section in regards to this very information you gathered about this famous truther. Did the answers surprise you, or are they what you thought they were? I hope that you will do the various intuitive exercises on my channel, which work to target different aspects of the intuitive brain. Thank you for participating in this exercise.